First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready. Blue ready. Check right 45. Watch the screen. Pass. Check, check, check. Sunday.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his fourth touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And some room to work. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Here's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Winston. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That one good for 37 yards.
At the 8-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second and a couple. Ryan connects with Sanu right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run on first down with Cannon. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
The 20. Left side completion to Jones. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Let's get it.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They have the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
58.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 17, Winston, throw right side, taken in by Godwin. It's a first down on a gain of 10. first down carry by Jones. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston stepping up. He's going to keep it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Ready? Slack with about behind.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And 10 at the 43-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
It's a gain of 38 yards. That's good for Falcons. First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Ito Smith. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
On 2nd down, this is Cannon. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
51.
45 tonight. 45 tonight.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
past the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Interesting. He told us that he likes to run right more than left, but there he looked pretty comfortable going left for a big gain, Charles.
Kind of like a basketball player who has a dominant side that he dribbles to, but the ability to cross that over, change it up, and break a tendency can often lead to great results, as we just saw there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down, it's Jones, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. There he goes left side. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it is 28-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now this throw caught left side, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Cannon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Cannon. He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down.
25, 51, Tom. 80 weapon.
Blue dead. Check your hot read.
Wait. Go. 25 tonight.
Play action. It's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Jameis to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Evans. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Okay, baby, I see you.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a catch right side by Evans. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Winston. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Ready? Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
Jameis now on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball is expected to be caught.
Check 45 to Mike.
On first down, Cannon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Ryan. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Julio Jones once again the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this will split. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Back 25.
Push him back. Push him back.
Check.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 25 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run again with Cannon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
25. 54, South. Get out.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Out, 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 out.
Sonic.
Under crunch. Under crunch. Hey, switch.
Again, it's Jones. And an alley to run. 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 47 yards. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Smith catches left side. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Ryan caught on the right side by Jones. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Trenton Cannon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Buccaneers.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, Barber. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Ready. Flag. Wait. I'm coming. Let's go.
Here's Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. They'll run it right side with Cannon. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now Ryan down around the goal line. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Ready? Black 22.
59. Mike to 59. Hey, here I come. Here I come.
Barber on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
59, ready. Black 45.
45, Mike, 45.
Yeah, that's what I do. Ready to go.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. Ryan now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad, 1st and 10. Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd down, it's Barber. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, look at that. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan looking middle, and it's incomplete. Breaking that one up was Justin Evans. Read it perfectly.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Space.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passing we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from a trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They go again with Cannon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cannon, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some